We'll learn more about gathering a sample in future units, but right now I want to focus on the bigger question of who we're learning about when we read an article. As we learned in the last unit, the fancy term is generalizability, but the idea might seem like common sense. We're asking whether the results from one study help us understand the population we're interested in. As the Weird article notes, research conducted on college students might not help us understand other groups. This tendency to use college students might work in our favor for our project, but we don't want to assume the results will generalize. So take a moment to think about this question. To draw conclusions about generalizability, we need to know about the sample used for the research. Where do we find that information? The sample may be identified in the abstract, but it will be discussed in the participants portion of the methods section. We use the sample to make inferences. The question we want to keep in mind is whether we can infer about a particular population given the sample. What statements we can make about the larger group given the information we gained from the smaller group. For example, does a sample drawn from the United States help us understand people in Africa or across the globe? Can we treat a group of people as being relatively consistent, like these game figures, or are there characteristics that will influence the conclusions we can draw? Questions like this are one of the reasons we discourage the use of the word prove in APA-style writing in favor of terms like support, suggest, or indicate. That language and the underlying logic also helps us consider the knowledge and how it might inform our thinking.